Yo, this is about to start. Let me stop this one. One, two, three. Yo, this is Lawrence D. Adams, and tonight we're talking about building a new you. This is for dudes that are 25 to 35, 25 to 35, building a new you. I realize that the people that watch my channel are in between that age bracket, between 25 and 35. So I want to talk about this. Maybe I should have put something about getting sex or something like that. They'll jump on this video. But building a new you. Let me drink what's a little bit is in here. Wait for everybody to get in. Seeing 4 people jump on, they jump in. But yeah, today we're talking about building a new you. So what's so awesome is building a new you. That's what we're talking about tonight. You might be in that age bracket between 25 to 35, and you pass high school game, you graduated college, or you got a job, but you're right in that point where you right there, like, what do I do in this phase of my life? You know, how do I move? How do I move in this phase of my life? And I think a lot of times we, as content creators, we give an overall picture, but we never get specific on who we're talking to. And tonight I want to make sure I'm specifically talking to those guys who out of high school, because you don't need high school game, but what you do need is you need game in this age, in this place that you're in. You got to maybe in your career. You may have graduated from college. You may be still, some of you guys may be still living in your home with your mother or father, or wherever you're living at. You're still searching around with your purpose, what you need to do. And most of all, you're dating and you're wondering, how do I get the biggest things? How do I get more sex? I'm telling you, the key right now is building a new you. And I think that one of the greatest foundations you can get is getting that right in this place right here, building a new you. And I realize these notifications don't go off, so it is what it is. Building a new you. I think that's what's so important. If you guys can get the game from someone that's older, on this age bracket between 25 and 35, what you need to do, what you not to be doing. So one of the key things I'm gonna tell you right now, because it's gonna come back around, because they're gonna ask about it. You in that age bracket between 25 and 35, like, man, what do I do? You need to be dating like crazy. You need to be talking to a bunch of women. Like, what? Are you seeing that, LDA? Yes, I am. Stop listening to these content creators who are scorned, beat down by their own experiences and selling you poison about women. You need to go out there and experience women yourself so that you know who you will like to talk to. You never know. You cannot go by my experience. You can go by my wisdom, but not by my experience. You need to go out there and start talking to women. See, what it is a lot of guys want a fail-proof way of saying, oh, this is how it's going to work, instead of understanding that you have to go out there and you got to go talk to, interact with some women. This is the part of building a new you. You're not in high school. You probably went through college. Some you went to college, some didn't. But you need to be out there interacting with a bunch of women in this age bracket. Not making a bunch of babies. Please don't get me wrong. You don't need to be making a bunch of babies. What you need to be doing is interacting with so many women out there. Why are you saying that? Because that's you guys wanting. That's one of the things that's out there. But the other thing is you need to be building in this time. You need to be building your credit, your character. What do you really like? You don't know. And let me say this. At different stages in your life, you're going to like different things in women. But I'm saying in this stage with 25 to 35, you need to be out there dating as much as possible. Now, am I saying spend money? No, I didn't say that. But you need to be out there dating as much as possible, interacting with women. You need to be building something that you can stand on in your 30s, 40s, and 50s. This is the prime time to build a new you. You need to be, and once again, you need to be dating, talking, interact. Let me say something for all these people. I'm just going to cut through. I'm going to cut a whole bunch of stuff off. I'm cutting the love. Well, you know, this is back in my day. I could always talk about back in my day, how we used to do things. But this is a new day. Either you learn how to use dating apps or you're going to be left behind. Plain and simple. You're going to have to learn to use dating apps. You're going to learn how to not only use dating app, how to communicate on a dating app, but you got to also know how to talk to a woman in person. You got to know how to do a FaceTime date interaction. You got to break out and do something new because we are in a new era. And what happens is a lot of times people are teaching you the game. The game is universal, but the techniques on how we use it is different right now. It's not how it was when I was in college. It's not how it was when I was in high school. It's completely different. The techniques are different, but the game does not change. Please listen to what I'm saying to you. The techniques are different, but the game does not change. They don't change. See, that's what most people are missing at. So the technique you use in text message now, it's the same game I use when I used to pass notes to a woman. It's the same to a girl in high school. It's the same game, different techniques. They're not going to teach you that. They don't want you to know that. So you look at how it was back in the day, back in the 60s and the 70s. This is not the 60s and the 70s. These are the 2000s. You got to up your game up. You got to build a new you. You need to be on the future tip. You need to be on the future tip, getting out there and realizing that the game has not changed. The techniques on how you execute the game has changed. The techniques on how you execute the game has changed. That's what most guys don't want to tell you about. So you need to learn how to get on the dating apps. You need to know how to screen girls on there. You need to know how to talk in person. You need to do a FaceTime interaction with a woman. You need to know how to do how to vet her through your phone. Why? Because we in the new era. We in a new era, and you looking for old time game back how they did in the 70s and 60s. We are not in the 70s and 60s. Step your game up and realize we are in a digital age. That's why I'm talking to the 25 to 35. I'm telling you now, we are in a digital age where you must know how to, in so many words, finesse the women in this age that you're in, or you will be left behind holding the bag, looking stupid. Why? Because you didn't learn the game. You know the game, but you didn't apply the new techniques to where we are. This is about building a new you. So don't get stuck. I'm telling you, I see the people on there. Oh, they constantly give me more game, more game, more game. Game is good. Don't get me wrong, but you got to get new techniques. The techniques don't change. Once you realize that, everything begins to change for you. Now, building a new you also it's about getting. Now, I know people say this. What does this have to do with game? But you at 25 to 35, you need to be on your purpose, getting some money. Let me talk to you for real. You need to be about getting on your purpose. You need to be on your purpose for real. What is your purpose? And many of you may not even know your purpose. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. You think your purpose is getting the sex, getting a kitty cat. That is not your purpose in life. Your purpose in life is not to procreate all your life. Your purpose in life is to leave a legacy that people know that you were here. That people know that you were here. How do they know that you were here? When you elevate yourself as an individual, as a man, the women that you attract begin to elevate with you. You're not going to deal with the cashier because now you're at the level that you're dealing with executives. You're not going to deal with the girl at Walgreens or Walmart because you're at the level now that you're dealing with a different caliber of women, and there's a different way you approach the girl at Walgreens versus the girl at the executive meeting, networking meetings. So you got to realize this is a time that you put your face to the ground and begin to work like crazy. See, they're not going to tell you this. They don't want you to know this. They'd rather you just constantly chasing the sex. Don't get me wrong. All of us like to have sex. I love sex too. Don't get me wrong. But the thing of it is, you got at this age right now, you need to be so focused on how do I get my money tight? How do I build my communication skills with the women that I want to be with? That's one of the things that a lot of guys don't have. They don't have communication skills. They don't know how to talk to women. This is the time that you get what I call get into the gym of life. And you begin to exercise. You begin to do reps. You get to talk to that girl. You begin to talk to this girl. You begin to talk to that girl. You begin to talk to this one. You begin to talk to that one. Why? Because you're building in reps. So when you do decide, because some of you guys want to be married, want to get married, you're choosing from a place of knowing what you want, knowing what you desire, and getting it. This is the time you need to be really focused on you. That's what most guys, you need to be focused. And you 25 to 35, you need to be focused on you, education, whatever you can do to generate some money. The kitty cat will be there. I know that's all y'all want to hear. There's so many channels talking about it. I can talk about it all night. I can tell you finesse ways and got stories out the wazoo. But at the end of the day, this is your prime time. I wish somebody would have told me at 25 to 35, this is what I need to do. Build my communication skills with, say, we're talking with women. Have a skill set that is profitable, that makes me money. That's building a new you. Nobody wants you to know this. So I got 3 people watching. I'm gonna open up this calling line. You can ask questions. So I'm gonna dial into it. So when I dial into it, you can ask questions. When you ask questions, please be on topic of what we're talking about. I'm calling in now. So
welcome and thank you for choosing freeconferencecall.com.
So
you're helping people around the world communicate for free. Please enter your access code followed by the
So you can call that number in right now. I'll see when you pop up. Let me know that you call in. You can call in at 425-43-6390. PIN is 321-7839. You call in talking crazy, I'm just going to delete you and get you out of here. I'm going to see your number anyway. So definitely. So it's about building a new you. You can call in that number right now and you can ask me a question about what we're talking about. What do you think of, what does it mean at this age about building a new you? What do you think that means about building a new you? I think a lot of times guys don't understand the importance of actually putting in the work. If you're 25 to 35, you need to be focusing on being the better version of who you are. Not just the best version, but a better version. This is not the time to get some girl pregnant. No, not just random Susie Cook. You need to be wrapped wherever you got to do to protect yourself. You do not. No. You need to be thinking about, how do I leave a freaking legacy? How do I leave a freaking legacy? So I can see who's actually, when you come in, whoops, wrong, hit the wrong thing. So when you call in, you can call that number 425-43, the number on the screen. Hit that number. You can call in. You can ask a question. You're going to come live onto the call to the live stream. So, so the thing of when you're building a new you, that means you realize something that you're doing is not working. You're not in grade school anymore. You're not in high school anymore. You're not in you're not in college. You're now in your career, or you're working towards a career, and you need to really focus on what do I need to do now to make me the best version of myself. I think a lot of times guys have not taken the time to think. They're out there. Many people get on here because they want to hear good stuff about how to get more sex. I'm not opposed to getting more sex, but at the expense of you not leaving a legacy, there's a problem. This is a tough pill because most people don't want to hear this. They don't want to hear this. So building a new you, that means that you realize that the current situation that you're in, you realizing it is not working. It's the story of the caterpillar turning into the butterfly. When the caterpillar is ready to turn into a butterfly, it attaches itself to a tree, and then it hangs there, and it goes into a cocoon, and it begins to go through a process of changing so that it can become a butterfly. Many of you have passed the stage where you're now in a place where you really need to become the butterfly of who you are. You need to become the best version of the man that you are. But you've been getting erroneous information. You've been getting information from guys who have been hurt by women. You've been getting information that women are the devil, that you need to hate women. And what happened is, when you have information like that, it actually poisons you. Yes, you need to understand female nature, but you got to know how to use female nature for your advantage. That's why I'm saying in this time frame that you're in, that you really need to understand. You need to understand female nature, but you can't just understand it in theory. You have to go out there and actually interact with women. You have to go out there and really interact with women. If you're not interacting with women, you can hear everything that we're talking about, content creators, and say, oh, that's good. But if you don't test it out, how do you know how it tastes? If you never tried a cookie, how do you know how a cookie tastes? If you never try the sauce, how do you know the sauce is good or not? The problem is, you got to be careful on the people that you're listening to, because they'll have you in the bag attracting women that you think they're going to treat you bad because you don't know female nature. Anybody who's successful with women has made tons of mistakes. Anybody who's successful in life have made tons of mistakes and learn from them and build themselves up. So you can call in at 425-436-43, and the number that's on the screen. I'll see when you pop up. I'm telling you now, when you pop up, have a question on what we're talking about. Anything else, I will delete you. I'll see your number and it's over with. So you got to build a new you. If you're in the age group of 25 to 35, your biggest concern should be, how do I maximize my life right now? You might be on your second job and you're still not in your career. Many of you may not know what you're called to do or what you're designed to do, and you're still searching. Some of you do know, but this is the opportunity that you begin to feel around and say, I like this, I don't like that. This fits me, this doesn't fit me. It's when you're able to do that, that you will begin to succeed and become the new you. This is not a time to be talking about getting married. Most guys can go, I want to get married. No, this is not a time to get married. This is not a time to have a whole bunch of babies either. This is the time where you need to go travel. You need to go experience life. You need to go try different foods. You need to do things that are completely that you wouldn't normally do. You need to go experience life. In this age time, you need to get your money together and you need to go experience life. If those of you watching the chat room, let me know in the chat room that you're there. Put a 1 in the chat room. Let me know that you're watching. You can call in because I'm looking at the call-in number right now. You can call in and I'll see when you pop up. Put a 1 in the chat room. Let me know that if this is resonating with you. If it's not, that's good too. But I want to definitely get at those guys because I know where you at. You're searching around. You like, man, I'm not getting all the sex that everybody's talking about. They must have better game than I do. No, the thing of it is you got to go out there and you got to go experience life. When you go experience life, you try different restaurants, you go out there and live, you make yourself, how can I say it? You make yourself more attractive to women because you have a life. Your goal is not to chase women. Your goal is to live a life that women want to chase. Your goal in life is not to chase women, but live a life that women want to chase. You at work listening. Okay, I appreciate that. Your goal in life is not to chase women. Your goal in life is have a life that women want to chase. What's going on, Freeland? I see you guys. That women want to chase. Women want to follow the leader, but you got to have a life for them to come into. On the drive home, appreciate it. So women want to come into a place to where a man has a life. He has something to talk about. What is the last book that you read? What is the last podcast you listened to? Do you have something that you are interested in? There's a story told about a man. I heard it a while back ago. How this one regular guy stole the captain of the football team's girlfriend. How did this regular guy steal this captain of the football team's girlfriend? He stole her girl. He stole the captain of the football team's girlfriend by one thing. He was interested in a particular science kit or something like that. As I heard another content creator tell it. Salute. And what happened was this. She was interested in that too. So they begin to share and talk and spend time together. And you know what happened next? Is when you get your life together, when you become a Renaissance man, when you become a man that you have more, you just don't talk about football, you just don't talk about sports, but you have something that you're passionate about, that women will begin to chase to be in your life. I don't care where you at. You want a woman who's chasing to be in your life, not you chasing to get in between her legs. You want a woman that's chasing to be in your life, who's interested in what you're doing, who's submissive to you, who's compliant, but you'll never know that until you live your life. You got to live your life. So you 25 to 35, you in that bracket. Begin to travel, begin to experience different culture, try different foods, go enjoy your life. so that you can be a well-rounded man. So do you become cultured, right? Become cultured. If you see, the thing of it is, no one wants to tell you this. They just want to teach game. Yeah, thank you. Right. Become culture. Appreciate the message and reminder to focus on yourself. Pitch on you first. Right. You got to focus on you. If you're in the age group of 25 to 35, and even if you pass that point, you got to realize that it's about you. It's about you. That's what it's about. You need to live. Let me say this saying again, because this is resonating. You need to not worry about chasing women. You need to find a woman who's chasing to be in your life. She's like, how can I be down? What's your D? Can I slide in your DM? Because you're living your life. But you have to know, you have to have some communicative skills. You got to know how to talk to women. You got to know how to talk to women. Most guys, I'm telling you, this is the time right now, 25 to 35. You should be learning how to communicate with women. You should learn women's body language. You should begin to learn different restaurants you can take her to. You should learn different things. You should be a well-rounded man. If you are not, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. Do not listen to all this. Man, it bothers me because I know some of you guys have listened to stuff on YouTube and other places of men who have been scorned by women. Men who have been scorned by women, and they're passing that poison on to you. Let me tell you loud and clear, understand female nature first, so that you know how to use female nature to your advantage. That's simple. Learn female nature and learn how to use it for your advantage. You can listen to all the YouTube channels you can want to. You can listen to every content creator there is. But until you interact with a real woman, none of this would make sense to you. Until you interact with a real woman and her ups and downs and her feelings up here, her feelings down here, that's when you realize what we're saying to you will make sense to you. That's when you know it works. But please, I'm telling you, don't get away. Stay away from that poison. Those guys have been hurt. They've been hurt. And they're spreading the poison to you. I'm here to serve you. That's why I call it building a new you. That means shed it away. Everything from your past. In order to build a new you, you got to realize that there's an old you. Let's begin there. In order to build a new you, you got to realize that there's an old you. The old you is not working. Like I said before, people that maybe just came in, the game does not change. The game is just human nature, strategy. But the techniques on how we apply the game has changed. How I wrote letters to my girlfriend back in the 90s is done different now because I do it now through a text message. There was no texting back then. So the technique has changed, or the mode of how it's executed has changed. You need to learn how to use technology in your favor, not to your demise. You got to know how to vet a woman through your phone. You got to know when you interact with a woman, when you FaceTiming her, what do you need to see? What do you need to expect? You got to know how to ask for pictures. You're in the age, ask for a picture back in my age. Shoot, I got to wait for her to take a Polaroid picture to get it to even get to me. Now you have instantaneously, I can get a picture right now on my phone. Take advantage of the age that you're in because it's leverage in your favor. Do you understand what's going on? We are in a digital age. And if you're still doing things in an industrial age, which I was born in, and some of you guys were born in, some of your guys were, and so we're not in an industrial age, you're going to lose at the game. How they were pimping in the 70s is not how they were pimping in the 30s, because it's a different age. You got to learn the age that you're in. We're in the digital age, and if you're not careful, you will be left behind. That's why I'm telling you, I'm sharing with you, get to know you. So I'm going to ask you, you have any questions, put it in the chat room, or you can call right now. Pictures had to go through the photo lab back in the day. Yeah, they had to go to get a picture. Oh my God, you know how crazy it was to get a picture from a girl? Got to get a Polaroid, come out, she sent it to you here. And you may get, no, it's changed. This is about building a new you. If you're between 25 to 35, this is the time that you need to pitch your nose and be focused. My career, my business, my housing, get my money, stack your money. You need to be getting money in this digital age. You need to be about getting your money. This is the prime opportunity. It's never been so easy to get money, to leverage what you know, and to get money. I'm trying to help somebody get to the next level. This may not be for nobody. This may not be for nobody that's on here. But if you're in that age group between 25 to 35, know what? This is what I want you to do. I want you to put your age in the chat room. So I want to know I'm hitting the mark. If you put your age in the chat room, because even those are 35 to 44, I got something for you too. Put your age in the chat room. Put your age in the chat room. I really want you guys. $35, okay. 37, okay. There we go. 32, good. And then something. Okay, there we go. Okay, so good. See, and that's what I want to see. I want to know 35, 30, 20. There you go. 25. There you go. 32, 37. Those who are 35 and 44. This is for you. Now, some of you might have been married. Some of you might have been through the experience, and you're getting back into the game or back into life. This is your opportunity to live your best life. You need to be focusing on, okay, I made my mistakes. Okay, 23. Okay, Brandon, you right there. 23. You still in good standing. If you're 35 to 44, I want you to understand where you're at. You made some mistakes. You may have messed with some money, or you still building. You might have been married, now you're divorced. This is your time to get back into the pool of life and begin to really work what you know. Your skill set is different from those who are 25 to 35. So now you got to use what you know. This is the opportunity where you're between 35 and 44, where you need to be laser sharp. This is a great opportunity also to see, they ain't gonna talk about this, man. Because of the experience that you have, should I say this? I think this gonna mess some people up. This is the perfect time between that 35 to 44 where you need to think about, man, I'm thinking about, should I even say this? Think about, should I even say this? Because this goes against every dating coach and everybody, what they say. You should have enough experience under your belt. Jono, there we go. You have enough experience under your belt. You have enough experience under your belt where you're able to choose a quality woman for your life. Those who are rich normally have one thing in common. they have a wife. And that's where, oh, John, what's going on? You like, wait, what have I jumped into?
Yeah, what did I jump into?
Right.
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you good. I'm in
a different car, sorry.
All right, I already know. But those who are wealthy, you're between 35 and 44, you have some experience through life. You didn't maybe been divorced and married, you deal with a number of women. This is the opportunity where you should know what you want, and you should be able to pick a quality woman to be in your life. Those who are wealthy, you'll see a common denominator. They normally have a wife. That means they get that part of their of their life dealt with, and now they can focus on making the money they need to make. Jono, I know you there. I know that you jumped into a hornet's nest.
I mean, I just heard like a whole thing about, I'm getting a vibe of stability. I'm getting a vibe of, what people are supposed to do to really, make a foundation of what they're supposed to do when they're ready to like get to the next level. People at some point move from a mode of survival to a mode of, acceleration, and the way to do that is with the right foundation. Am I getting the right vibe, or is that,
Right? So like I said, from 25 to 35, I mean, your career, you're not in college, you're not in high school anymore. I said this time you need to be dating, talking to a number of women. That's one thing, but you need to be focusing on your purpose, and you need to be focusing on your career. Also, there's during this time, past that time, 35 to 44, you should have a pretty nice grip on what you want in a woman and what you don't want in a woman, and begin to vet and see who is going to be there for you. Stability. I'm gonna tell you something, and this is the truth, the honest to God truth. At my job, you know what they look at for positions, for people who get positions? They look at one thing, one or two things. It's never said, and I never shared this before. I never shared this in public. They look to see if the man has a wife, or is he in a stable what's the word? Stable relationship with the woman, in order to get him what? The position. Why do you think they look for that? They need to see if you can you have stability in your life. What's going on, Flybees? If you have stability in your life on your personal level, will that affect your work level? Because if everything is going crazy over here, you got a baby mama over here, you got Susie over here breaking into your house, it's going to affect your productivity as a man.
You're right. You may not see my face, but it's because I'm driving at night. So you hear me though, right?
Sound loud and clear, sir.
Listen, I'm just literally queuing in on the conversation. You have any moderators on tonight?
I don't see Elena. Yeah, Fly Bleezy's here. Yeah, I got a moderator.
Okay. I just want to say good night and make sure you guys are all having a great evening. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, in a way that we all have to understand that the experience that comes from people that has really, felt, the difference between, being alone and being with somebody is real. And, having somebody at your, that has your back, whether it's a, companion, or if it's a person that, basically has a connection with you that maybe in the family realm, or even the relationship realm, or even the friendship realm. It's like one of those things where we have to really respect the fact that they care. And we don't recognize enough that these people have taken time to, really, take a look at what we want to do and tell us whether they think it's right or not. And it's not that they're right or wrong, they kind of have a close ear on what we're talking about, and you have to trust them. If you trust them, then you're gonna go further than you would than if you would have had any opinion at all, right?
That's it. And I think what happens is we have a lot of guys come into this space. All they want to do is, and it's not against Uncle Luke, because I went to an Uncle Luke party. That's a whole nother story for another day. I went to Uncle Luke party in Atlanta, so that's a whole nother story. After a while, after a while, you're gonna get it. I'm gonna be raw. After a while, you're gonna get tired of chasing pussy. It's gonna after a while, it's gonna be the same. Some of you guys like, I want to get there. I'm here to tell you, you're gonna get some one night, and you're gonna enjoy them, and you're gonna see fireworks, and then the next minute you're gonna think, what the hell am I doing? There has to be more.
There's got to be definition in all of the activities you choose to do, and a lot of people don't realize that even I know we don't want to talk about the pandemic, but the pandemic has redefined a lot of what we even think is important. And even on a night like tonight, when you feel like this was Labor Day weekend, it just passed. A lot of people in the hospitality or entertainment business, they would have taken this weekend to make the end of their summer money. And what happens is, we all kind of like take it for granted that we have a steady paycheck and everything, and we just don't we don't realize that a lot of people are seasonal, and we're looking at what we could have done compared to what these people have to get done in a certain time frame, or else they don't get a chance at all. And that's the same thing about people coming in your life and out of your life. It's about the seasons that they take, and the seasons that we don't know that we even taking advantage of. So when you have a family member that gives literally more than two craps about what you're doing, you gotta really cherish that, because it could be gone in a minute. It could be gone in a minute, and that care that they took at that moment could have carried you into a new moment of excellence, or a new moment of understanding, or clarity that you never would have been in, and then it's gone. And now you got to go and deal with everybody else who is trying to take what you're talking about and do something different, and it didn't even it may have worked or may not work, but you had a moment of clarity at that moment that you probably took for granted. It's a real issue. A lot of people haven't thought about that.
Yeah. That's why this pandemic, as I was listening to, this pandemic is a wake up call.
Mm-hmm.
It is a wake up call to where you are at and where you need to get at. Like I said, you didn't hear this before you came in. I said the game doesn't change, but the technique on how I use the game has changed. I used to write letters to my girl back in the day. Today, I don't need to write letters. All I got to do is text. It's the same game, just a different technique. And if you don't use the technology for your favor, you will be left behind. This is not the 70s when they were pimping. This is not the 60s and 50s and 40s when they were pimping. This is completely different. You gotta get to the times that we are in right now. We are in a digital age. And a lot of you guys, if you don't wake up, you will be left behind.
Yeah, we have to really accept the fact that times are changing. Whether we like it or not, it's almost like a situation where we have, one side of things is a situation where we see the old school, and then we see a situation where there's a new school. And when you say the old school and new school, it's really just about old times and new times. And we have to actually look at the situation where we're like, oh, well, things are the old way, the same way we kind of like old school rap, or we like the way the verses and the lyrics are. And then all of a sudden this new thing is like trap music and mumble rap and all this other stuff. And we have to accept that, because guess what? Our generation passed, and then the new generation kicked in. It's like how do we deal with those particular, you know, details? But at the same time, we have to accept the fact that time is moving on. You know, I talk to my daughter, I talk to my sons, I talk to, you know, people that's younger than me, and they're looking at me like, well, I don't, who's Lauren Hill, who's you know, Tone Loc. They don't know who these guys are. I'm trying to show them like this is the foundation for all the music you're listening to. You put up with the crap that you're listening to because of all the foundation that my people, you know, put in place. You know,
Right. So that's why tonight we're talking about building a new you. You're 25 to 35, and I know I got some guys who are older. I want you to really understand where you're at. We're in a digital age. We're in an age where things have changed. This pandemic has changed a lot of things. I want you to really focus on being a Renaissance man. That means being cultured, knowing where you're going, experiencing new things in life. Don't just be one-sided or monolithic. That's the right word. Monolithic. You need to read different books. You need to experience different cultures. You need to be such a well-rounded man. The pandemic has shut everything down. This is your opportunity for you to become another version of yourself. And I said this, you weren't on, John. I said, you need to not chase women, but you need to have a life that women want to chase.
yeah, it's the other way around. A lot of people think that, you know, you're supposed to make a place, and that's true. Actually, it is true to make a place, but at the same time, you got to put yourself in a position where the place that you've made is attractive to what you're looking for. You know, we're all not just in a position where we are all, you know, searching, but we're also being sought out. And you know, it even says in the Bible, like, you know, I come to prepare a place, and we need to accept the fact that the man, you know, finds a house, but she makes a home, and these things are, you know, foundational in our psyche, and it's not just the fact that it's Bible; it's the fact that it's been translated over thousands and thousands of years of, you know, evidence and credence over all of what we believe. You know, you have to understand that the, the reason why these things carried so long is they work, and foundational moments work because we accept the fact that, you know, the neutrality of it and the simplicity of it. You know, and we have to really put ourselves in a position where we have given ourselves the opportunity to grow from everything we've learned from. You know, not everything from the 50s works in the 2020s, but there's some things that they got right. Take those good points and bring them forward, and then we can actually go to the next level with those actual opportunities. You know.
That's definitely right. And I think that's where I really want these guys to get it. Biggest thing, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to make sure that you get to the next level. I don't want to see no guy left behind. And I don't want you getting stuck by any, I'm gonna say it, content creators who are selling you a bag of goods that's not even worth it. I want you to realize, yes, you want to get women. Okay, I understand that. But there's more to life than just getting sex. There should be a place. What's up, Ted? What's going on, Golden Child? What's going on? I want you to really understand that this is your opportunity right now while we're shut down to get and really begin to work on you, improve who you are. If it's something that you don't know, look it up, go study it. And you need encouragement, and you need someone to push you. This is the prime time right now to get to the next level. Okay, there go gunshots. Okay, great. So to get to the next level. So I really want you guys to get this. I don't want you to be stuck behind. If you got any questions, you can call in and the number right here. The number that's on the screen. You can ask a question related to what we're talking about. But I really, you know, John, it's sometimes it's just hardening sometimes because you want guys to get there.
Yeah, exactly.
You want them to get them, and you want them to get to the next level.
Now, people, what happens is we have to decide whether we want to stay where we are or we want to move forward. And it's an easy decision. We just got to decide, are we deciding to be comfortable or we deciding to be happy? We don't know what happiness is. Happiness really resides in the area where we decide that we're just not comfortable anymore. And that's the thing. A lot of people don't take their happiness and transform maybe what the security side of comfortability is and transform it into happiness. We don't really take that step. We just say, oh, well, the bills are paid, so I'm happy, I'm comfortable. But happiness would mean I was in a Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? Happiness for me would be I'm in the house I want. Happiness for me would be, having the freedom I want with my time. And those are very different things. And well, my cell phone bill is paid and my home bill is paid, and I got the light bill paid, so the lights are not gonna go out. Those are literally, issues of being just over broke and just over a mode of comfortability. We haven't decided we're happy. We're just saying, okay, I'm stable. I'm okay for now. That is not happiness. Happiness is getting exactly what you want. If you were a Broadway, play, actor, am I in the show? If I was a programmer, did I get this? Did I get the exact code right and I made $1 million? There are real things that come behind happiness, and happiness really coincides with you smiling. Have you smiled today? And what made you smile? If it was a girl, maybe yes. If it was your car, maybe yes. If it was the condo you have or the house you have, maybe yes. But those are things that actually made you smile. It was not the things that you did to keep you secure and stable. We have to know the difference. We really do. We really do.
You hit it right on the head. Some of you guys, much as you don't want to hear this, you're too comfortable in where you are at. You're too comfortable to build a new you. To build a new you, you have to realize that there is an old you that's not working. In order for you to build a new you, you have to realize there's an old you that's not working. So in order to get to the next level, you have to become so uncomfortable with the old you. You have to become so uncomfortable with the old you. Let me stop right because I've been talking a lot. If you have any questions, you can call that number. I'm going to bring you right on, and you can actually talk with me and Jono right now. The number is on the screen. The number does work. You can come in right now, and we can ask a question on what we're talking about. You talk crazy, you do anything like that, I'm going to see your number. I'm going to call you, and then I'm going to have Mickey Mouse call you too.
A lot of people don't know the difference between uncomfortability. And what happens is we'll sit here and be comfortable and don't know we got uncomfortable. We don't even know what the threshold of uncomfortability is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. Like, do you know when you're really not feeling good? If you had, your favorite meal and all of a sudden you have like an upset stomach, that to me is a level of comfort, but you're really not really happy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good way to know from a short-term standpoint of what's going on. Like, oh, I thought I was happy, but I was really just trying to make myself comfortable for the moment. And then what happened was those things really upset me, but I was just comfortable for that particular moment in time. Are we really happy? Really don't know.
Right. You don't know. So you guys have any questions? This is the perfect time to ask questions. Don't sit on here and don't ask questions. This is the opportunity to ask questions. I'm right there. What do I need to do? This is when you ask, how? How do I do? What do I do? You need to, this is the perfect, call the number. Don't worry. Call the number. The number is on the screen. Write it down. And I may do, because I'm going to end shortly. I'm going to end this call. I'm going to end this streaming, and you can get on a live conference call. That's unfamiliar. You get a live conference call with me. I know that's unfamiliar, don't it?
Wait, you gonna do a conference call tonight?
I may.
Wow.
I may. We'll see if they, but nobody's calling in to ask questions. I can see, I'm looking at the attendance. I can see, I'm looking at the screen right now. I'll do a private conference call with just those individuals who would call that number.
I'll be here. If you can make that happen, I'll be here.
Right. I'll lock it. I'll lock this right quick. I'll lock the room, and boom. And we'll talk one-on-one. Maybe you don't want to say your question and around a lot of people, but you want to say it in the confines of a space of people that you can trust. This is your opportunity. Dial that number right there on the screen, because I'm going to end this. I want to end this stream very shortly because I share some stuff. I'm gonna leave the number up because I'm already at an hour and 1 minute already. And you know how I am about time.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna leave the number. The number is in the chat room. Then take a screenshot of the number. Whatever you need to do to get on and you can talk. I'm going to stay on the conference call line for at least 10 minutes.
Can you do 19?
John, I'm getting some gas.
Sorry about that. I'm a little at a toll on the public. Thank you.
Uh-oh, I lost my screen. Nobody want to jump on. I forgot about the tolls there, man.
It's crazy in New Jersey.
I know. I don't miss that. Do you hear me? I don't miss that at all.
I hope it's not too loud. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's good.
I'm on the road now.
Oh, it's good. I don't know. I hope I didn't drop the call. I think I did. Shoot. I think I just did. It's all good. Well, so you know what? You got 11 people watching. If this has helped you, I want you to put a 2 in the chat room because I'm about to end. Put a 2 in the chat room. I'm going to drop this music. Put a 2 in the chat room. And we're going to end this one. We'll get this set up. Put a 2 in the chat room. No questions. Nobody had nothing. People just listen. We can go ahead and end. 2 in the chat room. Just watching. Everybody just watching, man. It's crazy. I love it. You like it? I love it. I'm trying to log into I think I closed my voicemail out. Let me try to dial back in again. I closed it out by mistake. Yep. So yeah. So what you got going on today, Jono? I'm about to.
Yeah, I was just doing my regular gig that I haven't done in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a crazy 6 months with this pandemic and everything, and I just happened to get a call tonight to, go in. That's my release. My release is going and playing music at the club and stuff like that. So to hear that things were safe and the numbers are down, and I said, you know what, let me just go and make my contribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a good day today. Just been in my head in the books, studying. I'm trying to get back into the call, man. Okay, let's see here. It's gonna come through. Oh, it's not.
Welcome. Conferencecall.com.
1 second.
People around
the world.
Communicate for free.
I'm gonna get back into it.
Your access code followed by the pound
Can
or
you
hash sign.
Can you hear that, Jana?
Yep.
Good. That's what I wanted. I'm glad it can be heard.
Please announce yourself.
Oh, what's got me already in there? I guess I never dialed out. Anyway, but I'm about to end this call, man. I am about to get some work done. I opened something. I don't know what happened. Don't say. So okay, here I done did something. I love it because that's how you learn. I done lost you on here on the screen. Okay, there's StreamYard. Okay. 3. All right. All right, guys. This is all right. What's up, Chris Diamond? What's going on? This is LDA. I am about to sign off. You can dial that number right now. I actually can see you when you call in. I didn't dial in twice. I see. I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this stream. I'm about to drop this music, and that's it.
Goodbye.
Yep. So I'm about to drop this. Okay. This is crazy. I got to figure out how to work this multiple screens because that's what my problem is now. All right, you guys. Peace. Let me drop this music. Jono.
All right, bro.
All right. Peace.